You promised yourself you would change. You whispered it in the dark when no one was watching. You swore it on nights when the tears soaked your pillow. You said it after every failure, every mistake, every moment you felt too weak to move. You promised yourself you wouldn't quit. You promised yourself you'd rise. But here you are, stuck, tired, exhausted, wondering if all those promises were just words, wondering if maybe you weren't strong enough after all. Let me tell you something. Strength isn't about never falling. Strength isn't about never failing. Strength is about what you do after you fall. It's about what you do when the world whispers, you can't, and every part of your body agrees. It's about standing up when the pain feels unbearable, when doubt is screaming louder than hope, when every instinct tells you to quit. I know that feeling. That gnawing pit in your stomach. That voice in your head that says, why bother? You've tried before. You'll fail again. That voice that keeps you in the same place day after day while the rest of the world moves forward. I've been there. I've felt that suffocating weight of disappointment. I've looked in the mirror and hated who I saw. I've told myself, I'm not enough. And yet, I'm standing here, talking to you. And that's the thing. You are capable of more than you know, more than you can imagine, more than your mind is letting you believe right now. Change isn't about doing everything perfectly. Change isn't about transforming overnight. Change is about showing up. Showing up when you don't want to. Showing up when it hurts. Showing up when every fiber of your being screams, stop. Think about the last time you failed. Really failed. Not the small stuff. The kind of failure that made your chest ache, that made you question everything. That's where transformation begins. Because pain is the teacher you've been avoiding. Pain is the fire that forges steel. Pain is the whisper that says, you are stronger than you think. I want you to picture yourself on your lowest day. You're lying on the floor, broken. You've lost someone, missed an opportunity, let yourself down. You feel worthless, invisible, small. The world feels enormous, and you feel tiny. Now, listen closely. That moment, right there, is your crossroads. You have two options. You can stay there. You can let the darkness swallow you. Or you can rise. And rising doesn't mean being fearless. Rising doesn't mean the pain disappears. Rising means moving forward in spite of fear. Rising means taking one small step, and then another, until those steps become a march, until that march becomes a roar, until your roar drowns out every doubt, every hurt, every voice that ever told you you couldn't. I know it's not easy. I know it's exhausting. I know it feels like the world is stacked against you. Life isn't fair. Life isn't supposed to be easy. Life is a test, and the strongest souls aren't the ones who avoid the storm. They're the ones who dance in it. Let me tell you a story. There was a man, he had dreams bigger than anyone could imagine. He wanted to create something remarkable, but life kept knocking him down. He lost jobs. Friends betrayed him. Opportunities slipped through his fingers. For years, he fought just to survive. People told him he was foolish. He told himself he wasn't the good enough. One night, he sat alone in his room, staring at the ceiling, the weight of the world pressing down on him. He remembered the promise he made to himself. The promise to change, to rise, to become more than he was. And something inside him shifted. He stood up. Not because he was fearless, not because the pain was gone, but because he refused to give up. He refused to let failure define him. He refused to let fear control his life. He took one small step forward, and then another. Years later, that man succeeded. Not because life was easy, not because he never fell again, but because he chose to rise again and again and again. That's the power of a promise made to yourself. That's the power that lives inside you right now. You see, change isn't about circumstance. It's about mindset. It's about deciding in the deepest part of your soul that you will not be the person you were yesterday, that no matter how many times life knocks you down, you will reset, that no matter how much fear grips you, you will act, that no matter how much doubt creeps in, you will believe. And here's the truth. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is you. Not money, not luck, not timing. You. Your mindset. Your choices. Your courage. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for the right opportunity. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you. You promised yourself, and that promise is enough. That promise is powerful. That promise is the spark that can ignite a wildfire inside you. Pain will culminate, always does. Life will push you down. People will doubt you. You will doubt yourself. You will scream. You will cry. You will question if it's worth it. And in that moment, remember the promise. Remember the whisper in the dark when no one was watching. Remember the version of you that swore you would never quit. Because that version of you is the real you. Rise up, even if your legs shake. Rise up, even if your hands are trembling. Rise up, even if your heart is bleeding. Rise up, even if the world has told you no 1,000 times. Rise up because you promised yourself. Rise up because giving up is no longer an option. Rise up because the life you want, the person you are meant to be, is waiting for you on the other side of fear. Here's the lesson. Transformation doesn't happen when life is easy. Transformation happens in struggle. Transformation happens in pain. Transformation happens when you stare your weakness in the face and say, "Not today, not anymore. I am stronger than you. You are stronger than you think. You are capable of more than you believe. And you are worthy of everything you've ever dreamed of." So when the world pushes you down, get up. When your mind tells you to quit, push harder. When fear grips your heart, move forward anyway. When self-doubt screams, scream back louder. I am not done. I am rising. I am changing. I am unstoppable. Because the truth is, change is not about waiting for life to give you a chance. Change is about creating it. Change is about becoming the person you promised yourself you would be. Change is about refusing to settle for less than you deserve. Change is about showing the world and yourself that you are not defined by your failures, but by your courage to rise. And one day, when you look back, you will see every tear, every sleepless night, every moment of fear, every ounce of pain. It will all make sense. It will all be worth it, because you didn't give up. Because you kept the promise. Because you became the person you swore you would be. So promise yourself this today. No more excuses. No more waiting. No more doubting. Stand up. Take the first step. Take the next one. And keep moving. Keep fighting. Keep rising. Your promise is your power. Your struggle is your strength. Your comeback is inevitable. You promised yourself you would change. Now go. Change. Rise. Become unstoppable. And when you do, the world will have no choice but to notice, because some promises are meant to change everything.